Big Red Nation, are we here? The best show for Chicago sports. Oh my God! Yeah. It's Friday. What's good? How y'all feeling today, man? It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. The NFL draft was yesterday. So we got to break that down. We're going to be giving our first round draft reactions. We're also going to be talking about, now that we know who's off of the board, who's going where, what's happening where, what are the Bears going to do at 39? And what are the teams ahead of them going to do? We're going to be talking about that. We're also going to get into who won day one of the draft and who lost. Because there's definitely some losers in that mug, ain't it? There's definitely some confusing picks in that mug, ain't it? All that and more from 11 to 1 today on the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Live. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, man. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page because we do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. And it's a Friday. Let's go! Yeah! Come on! How you doing? All right. Hold on, calm it down. What's good, y'all? Now y'all know why the chairs be broken, man. Woo! What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. How y'all feeling, man? Bears on the board today. Gotta brush the hair again. Y'all seen that? We got interesting takes yesterday. We've got some teams that I feel like absolutely improved, the Detroit Lions actually being one of them. And on the other side of it, we've got some teams that there's a couple of question marks on. One, to me, absolutely being the Steelers. But we're going to break down this whole thing, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. The first round, yeah, dog, just having football in the air, right? Just having football in the air. Football doesn't start for another what? Where we at? We in April? 5 months? Like the season doesn't start for another 5 months? And you're telling me that we're this hype about football already? Who doesn't love that? Who doesn't love that, right? And we saw crazy moves yesterday. A.J. Brown on the move. Hollywood Brown on the move. Who got better? Who got better? I thought the top of the draft was very similar to what we expected, right? If I'm going to be honest with you, I thought Jacksonville was probably going to go Aiden Hutchinson. I would have liked to not see him in the NFC, but Jacksonville ends up going Travon Walker. Still get it, right? 4'5", 40 times, 6'5", 272 pounds, a monster. And that Georgia defense has been prevalent early in this draft, has it not? That Georgia defense early in this draft is going off the board left and right. And I don't like Aiden. I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. I don't like Aiden Hutchinson to the to the Lions for one reason. That's a problem that the Bears got to deal with right there, brother. That's a problem that the Bears got to deal with right there. I feel like that was an A pick for the Lions. I'm not gonna lie to you. It when you look at it, right? Like there was you wanted to know how they were gonna get better. You didn't feel like quarterback was the move for them to get better at the spot that they were at there. And so for me, that was the one that I looked at and I said, you gotta love that pick for Detroit. Shout out. The hilarious part about it is, right, the first thing I thought of was Don Burr. Shout out to Don, man. The first thing I thought of was like, Don's pretty happy right now. Maybe there is some life in that in those Detroit bones, right? Maybe there is some life in those Detroit bones. I'll tell you, this to me is where the draft broke down. Not to say that Stingley's not a good player, but the Texans taking Stingley at 3 set up the Giants absolutely perfect. I was very surprised to see Derek Stingley going at 3. Not a bad pick, right? Like there's nothing but talent at the top of this draft. This is a very deep draft. But I can't say like he can't play. Derek Stingley's a dog, right? I would give this pick a B, in my opinion. I feel like this is a good pick for I feel like it's a good pick for the Texans, but I mean, it's just a weird pick in my opinion because, right, like there's so much that you need, especially when we're talking line, especially when we're talking on the offensive side of the ball as well. And you went cornerback. It was a very Lovie Smith pick to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I saw this the first thing me and my guy Ken texted each other, and Ken was like, "I bet you he tries to sell him as Peanut Tillman." And I was like, "They didn't take Peanut Tillman this high." You know what I mean? Like that was a very interesting pick for me. But I'd give it a B. I'd say that's not a god awful pick. Just more surprising because you see Ahmad Gardner go after him from Cincinnati. I thought that would have been a better pick, in my opinion, than Stingley. I thought Gardner would have been the first DB off of the board. And a little bit surprised that he was the second DB to go off of the board for him. But then it opened everything up. And that's why I said, shout out, hey, you got to give love to Ringo. It opened everything up for Ringo. The Giants getting Thibodeau opened everything up. Or I'm sorry, the Texans getting Stingley opened everything up for the Giants. The Giants were absolutely winners in this draft as they came away from it in the first round. Kid in the chat, what's good, my boy?
What's happening?
How you feeling? Definitely going through the other mic. But as you look at what the Giants
What's
did
happening?
Round,
What's happening? What's happening?
Still sound like it's going through the other mic. Oh, wait, hold on. That's not you. Hold up. Did it tweak?
I think it did.
No, it's my it's this here. Hold up. Bow. All right, go ahead, say something.
You say the Giants won? I thought the Lions won.
Lions definitely were winners in this draft as well, but the Giants getting solidification at their offensive line position and getting an amazing edge rusher in the first round in Thibodeau. I didn't think Thibodeau would drop to 5. I thought there was no way Thibodeau would drop to 5. I thought that would have been the Texans' pick. You need a dominant edge rusher on that team. So I was very surprised when the pick was Derek Stingley, but I got to give credit where credit is due. In his first draft, I can't say that Daboll and those boys over there messed up, and that's the first draft in a while. I can say that about the Giants, right? Like probably since I mean the Saquon draft, you can kind of feel good about, right? Because it's Saquon, but you had no protection for him. So I never said that they won that draft. I was like, yeah, it's a nice pick. He's a nice player, but I can't say that they did well in the draft because you just got a nice player on a really bad team. You drafted Barry Sanders. You know what I mean?
Who do you have as the teams that lost so far?
Right now, that's why we was just running through it, just running through all of the picks that got made. Because I mean, there's a lot of talent in this first round as we welcome in Stefan Adon into the building. Our resident.
Hey yo, what's good?
He's hot.
What's good?
He's hype right now.
What's good?
What's going on with you, my boy? Hey, how's it feel to be a Giants fan today?
Hey, today, I'm not gonna lie. I want to give a shout out to Lovey. You know what I'm saying?
Not lying.
I want to give a shout out to Lovey.
Not lying,
you know, thank you for the lob. You know, Dayball just ooped that. You know what I'm saying? You
You're
threw it
not
up. Dayball just, yammed that in the basket real quick. Yeah, man. I ain't even gonna lie. Yo, we feeling good.
I just said I think the Giants are one of the teams that absolutely won the draft. I don't know if they won overall, but that's two heck of picks, two picks right there, right? Like, I mean, when you look at Stingley, or my bad, when you look at Thibodeau, he reminds me of a 10-finger JPP.
Absolutely.
And by the way, a 7-finger JPP is really freaking good. Yeah, I'm saying, what's he got? He's got 8, right? He lost 2. He lost these 2.
Yeah.
But
he lost 2.
A 7-finger JPP is freaking good. A 10-finger JPP, probably Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame level. You know, he really reminds me of him when you watch him play. Was really dominant over at Oregon. I thought the Panthers got a nice pick in there. And I'm glad that they did not go quarterback. I thought that was going to be the dumbest decision in the draft. Now, here's the question. Are you surprised no Malik Willis in the first round?
Yeah.
Yes, and no. I'm not gonna like totally say I was, but like seeing like all the O-line depth and then like everything that you got from the corners, and everything. I'm gonna say I was surprised, but not really. Like at minimum, I thought that he probably would have went to the Steelers, but you know they went and got Kenny Pickett. But this is the thing though. This is the thing. He's still on the board. And as deep as this draft is, they can always circle back. You still got Minnesota, you got the Giants.
Yeah. I think he'll go today.
You got the Giants, so he's gonna be gone early. I wasn't that surprised.
I don't think he's gonna be gone.
I wasn't that shocked.
I think he'll go today.
I know he's gonna go today, but not early in this draft. I think there's a lot of teams that still need wide receivers that didn't draft wide receivers. Green Bay didn't draft one wide receiver. They had 2 picks.
Listen, I told Pat yesterday, and I stand by what I said. They said we had to pay you. You ain't say we had to get you anything else.
But you know what? This is the thing.
We got to talk about that in just a second. We got to talk about that because that's the fleece of everything right there, because it's a lot of there's like 5 good receivers still on the board right now, and we have one of the first picks, with first 10 picks in the second round. What was 6 in the second round?
We
started. We're 39, 37.
Well, we're starting at 33, right?
There's 32 teams in the NFL.
Yeah, 30. So we start. So yeah, we should get a receiver. I hope we get a receiver.
Yeah,
I think y'all will, but it's also mad cornerback depth in this draft too.
There is.
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. I think that all the O linemen that were probably gonna got taken on day one, got taken where they were, and rightfully so. Because when you watch these dudes on tape, like it wasn't just Neil. I mean everybody that was selected as far as O line absolutely stands out on tape. So I feel like everybody that got taken. But I think today is more so. I'm trying to see where Malik Willis goes. Trying to see where Pickett goes.
At this point, he's great value.
Michi. I mean, so there's still some guys. I think this is gonna be a heavy wide receiver type cornerback day. So I don't know. We'll see. I will ask y'all this though. What is the one move on day one that like absolutely shocked y'all?
And that's what I was gonna get into because we saw some major trades. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hollywood Brown getting moved surprised the heck out of me because
Nope.
I thought
Hey, Ravens gonna Raven.
I thought your idea of building this team out right was gonna be, hey, let's add something to the tandem of Lamar Jackson and Hollywood Brown, not let's start a brand new tandem. I was very surprised that Hollywood Brown got moved out of there yesterday. AJ Brown didn't surprise me as much.
No, because they weren't going to pay him.
They weren't going to pay him. It wasn't going to be a situation where, I mean, and the other thing is too, right? Essentially, they're about to start over at quarterback. Like you've got Derrick Henry, you know you've got that piece. You're going to be riding out with that, but they know right now that the writing's on the wall for how long Ryan Tannehill is going to be the starting quarterback on their team. You're going to try and start over at quarterback there. It's the perfect time. I think it's the perfect draft for you to try and start over at receiver if you're going to, and you know you're not going to pay somebody. And so if you're not going to pay him, you might as well get a
they got his replacement. They got his replacement.
Immediately got his replacement,
bro.
Immediately.
Bro.
So I will say this though, in the Marquise Brown thing, Marquise Brown actually requested a trade and they honored it.
Bro, that's the one piece that pissed me off, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, this is the thing.
Treylon Burks at 18. I was like, you.
He came up to me like, hey, Treylon Burks is on the board. I'm like, you know he went, right? He was like,
my phone had died. Like so we was out, my phone had died, and I couldn't see like the last selection of picks. And so I was like, man, you know, like I don't know who went where, but I think it died at like 15 or something like that. And my watch was just updating me all night. And friggin' when I looked at it again, I was like, man, at least we still got, you know, Treylon Burks on the board. Hopefully he just falls 7 more picks. Ringo's like, he's gone. I was like, dang it.
Hey, but you know what though? But that's why when the Ravens made that move, I was just like, I mean, to me, I'm at a mindset you can't keep saying like Lamar can't throw the football. I don't know what targets he has. Like legitimately, we've seen the iteration of him legitimately have 75% of offense. You're gonna run, and then we're gonna throw it to Mike Andrews. The fact that it's what year four, and you have not got him like any prime targets surprises me, bro. Like that full on surprises me.
I mean, I could say it surprises me, but also like I also look at it and say like, is he gonna hit him in the hands? You know,
but come on, dog. Is Hollywood Brown the number one though?
I think if you give him the opportunity to catch that ball,
I definitely got a couple of games and won by Hollywood Brown.
I mean, in terms of fantasy, yeah, but like,
I mean, I understand that we discredit fantasy, but I mean, in real life, he was the primary target in game time situations, and he completed catches.
Right, and Coach T, bro, Coach T, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, Hollywood Brown has straight line speed. Like that, they gave up Rondale Moore to get the same exact player. Like,
I don't know. I'm not.
Like, what do we?
I'll be honest with you. The Ravens are going to be in a decent situation. They got the 45 pick. They got the 70. They got 2 third round picks.
But Lamar never has targets. I can't say he can't throw the ball if I've never seen him with actual targets.
Well, I tell you this: his completion ratio is not better than his backup. If we're being honest,
it's a I don't know, like that. That's
how he completes 64% of his passes, just like Lamar.
Yeah, but when people are game planning for you, it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? When you come in for 1 game, 2 games, that's what your backup's supposed to do. When you coming in 16 games and everything they focus on is you, It's a very different situation to be in. So I never look at listen, we lived off backups here. So I never look at the backups numbers and be like, yeah, that's what a normal look would be. Like it's just
Lamar is a run first QB who can sometimes throw. He's not a throw.
I'm
He's not a QB that.
I'm not finna say that.
I agree with that.
I'm not finna say that.
Well,
How can you not?
I got it. I've never seen.
He has more running yard. He has more rushing yards. Hold on, I believe the statistic was he has just as many rushing yards as passing yards.
I know the stats. I know the stats, but I'm saying like I'm not gonna say that this man can't throw the ball if you can't get me targets.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
I can't say he didn't have targets
because this is the difference.
Like
right?
that's the part I'm trying to tell you.
When we watch Lamar, the problem with Lamar is not people dropping the ball.
It's him getting it to him.
It's not like you don't see a lot of games where Lamar's dotting mugs up and they just can't hold on to the ball.
It's not like outside of Mark Andrews. It's not like these mugs getting separation. No,
Mark Andrews and Hollywood Brown.
Dog.
Mark Andrews.
How many teams have two people you can like definitively go to? We don't even have that.
You can like we don't
have
Hollywood.
It. Aaron Rodgers didn't even have it. Like Aaron Rodgers had one guy.
Aaron Rodgers had one
Rodgers.
Dude. Yeah, but what we're saying is like it's not the difference with like with Aaron Rodgers, right? Like a lot of the incompletions Aaron Rodgers has is because Equanimeous St. Brown can't catch.
That's a fact.
Do we know he can't catch 75% of the offense gears toward throwing the ball to Devontae Adams?
If 75% of the offense
is wide open, he don't be catching
75% of the ball offense is geared toward Devontae Adams, and when your targets come to you, you only catch under 50% of them. Guess what? You can't catch. And I'm not saying that the Ravens wide receiver core is great, right? But what I'm saying is like I don't look at the games with the Ravens and say, oh, they can't catch. Lamar's getting them the ball. I'm looking at the games with the Ravens and saying, Lamar's overthrowing. Lamar's off the mark here. When he's using his legs and he's in motion, he's doing some great things. So I was personally, and here's the thing, right? Whether you think Hollywood Brown is a 1 or not, trading him away instead of going to add a number 1 and you get a number 2 with him, right? Like, say you go get your number 1. Hollywood Brown's a heck of a 2. Like there was mad depth in this draft. I felt like the trade was a little premature for me. Looking at some of the other pieces that went in this draft as well, I'll tell you one team that I absolutely think lost. Just because I mean, not that the player is bad, but you have nobody gonna get it to him. Atlanta taking Drake London.
Man.
Like I was very surprised there. I thought at a minimum, right, you were going to try and go offensive line a little bit, try and start to build this thing.
It's 61% of his passes caught good.
For who? Equanimeous St. Brown?
Nah, like just a wide receiver in general. I'm asking.
Above average. It's not. It's above average. It's not great. Like
I mean, because that's why Hollywood Brown.
It's above average. That means you catch 6 out of 10 passes. That means if I throw the ball to you,
I'm just saying. I just want to see my boy with targets, bro.
Here's the thing.
But I want to see him use.
If I throw OBJ,
he can use them if you getting open. I can't use them if I'm not getting separation,
bro. Half the time you listen. Be honest. When you see a play call for Lamar Jackson, what do you think he gonna do?
Hollywood's one of the quickest dudes in the NFL. What are we talking about?
No. Me and you both know that quick don't mean nothing.
That's true. But answer the question. When he snaps the ball, what do you think he's going to do? Be honest. What's your gut reaction?
He finna try to, bro.
He going to one read. He's
going to Mark Andrews. Hollywood Brown at the first read. Yeah. But if these mugs ain't open, I'm taking off.
He taking off. Guess what? That's not...
And here's the thing, right?
Because they're not open.
Say it slowly. He's gonna look at one read and do what?
He looked at 2 reads. That mug is not open.
Got 2.
So he don't go down the entire progression before he runs.
Now this is the thing. The Ravens wide receiver core isn't good. What I'm saying is, did you make it better?
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's not on him. I wanted like.
But Ringo, what I'm saying is, you're not in a different situation now. Hollywood Brown.
Yeah,
Hollywood Brown.
and that's tough. That's what I'm mad about.
Hollywood Brown was good enough to be a 1 on this team.
No,
he's probably good enough to be a 1 on Chicago.
He's definitely good enough to be well, he's not better than Darnell Mooney. Hollywood Brown is good enough to be a 1 on the Ravens, right? But if you think he's a 2, you go get your number 1 and you make him a 2. Like he's not.
Like,
he's
this
not
is
a
the thing. What did
like,
they do?
we're acting like Hollywood. We're acting like Hollywood is an awful wide receiver. He's not.
I'm not saying he's awful. I'm not saying he's awful. What I'm saying is these mugs really do not be open like that. So in turn he takes off. Then if you actually get him a wide receiver that actually had a decent catch radius.
When he had his best passing season, what was the difference?
His best pass of season was 3,100 yards.
Well, yeah, no, he finna be a dog when he with Kyler.
No, I'm saying when Lamar had his best passing season, what was the difference?
3,100 yards.
He had 3,100, but he was killing them mugs. They couldn't game plan to stop that run. So everything was legitimately open.
Exactly. He had 1,000 rush yards as well. Like we're acting like
he had
Lamar,
more rushing yards than people get paid $15 million.
I wouldn't pay him
to run.
Wouldn't pay him 15. I wouldn't pay no running back $15 million.
You
know what I'm saying? I'd pay Lamar.
No. Listen, don't do that because he's going to command top dollar.
Who? Lamar?
Yeah.
No, I'd pay Lamar $15 million.
Lamar is going.
Lamar, I'd pay $15 million. He said he's getting more. He's getting paid more than most guys that get paid to run 1,000 yards. I said, yeah, I wouldn't pay no running back $15 million. That sounds stupid.
Hey, Ken, that's all I'm saying, dog. That's all I'm saying. Give my man some targets, bro. Give my man some targets.
But this is the thing, Ringo. You didn't.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I know I just want them to get this man targets, bro. They've been letting this man down for like 2 years.
But you didn't, right? Like what I'm saying is the move isn't get rid of Hollywood Brown.
Like that was just dumb. Like, and this is the thing. I'm not even mad at the Kyle Hamilton pick because the defense was set, but the defense been set for 3 years.
Yeah, the defense ain't been the problem at all. That's facts, dog. How did we get here?
Moving on to other losers within a draft.
To me, the Falcons. You didn't get better. Not to say Drake London's not a good player, right? But like, what he finna be? Like, he's not. Do we think he's Andre Johnson level?
Well,
because it's about.
He's cool.
Because it's literally about to be like, I ain't got a quarterback to get me the ball. That's legitimately what it's about. Like,
yeah, I gotta see. I gotta see Mariota throw the ball, bro. It's been a minute since he started, bro.
And it's not. It's the biggest part. Like, this is the thing, right? Like, first off, pace gonna pace. Jermaine Ifedi's blocking.
Hey, it's Pace Academy out there.
Jermaine Ifedi's blocking down there.
Hey, Pace is gonna get Baker Mayfield. How much want to bet?
He might. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna get Baker Mayfield killed. You know why? Because as soon as the Bears were like, yeah, we're not gonna bring back the worst player on our offensive line because he absolutely is god awful. Ryan Pace was like, oh, you mean that dude that I brought in who was still the worst player on our offensive line? Yeah, let me go get him. That's going to be our new right tackle down here. You need line help. Ryan Pace went to an entirely different team, and he still don't get the message. You got to protect these quarterbacks. I don't know if Marcus Mariota is not good. Like, I don't think Marcus Mariota is good at all. But for some reason, in his little perfectly done hair, it don't get through to the brain that you got to protect quarterbacks.
That mess is wild.
It'll be real wild. He goes down there with some of them same people, and they look like real good. It's gonna be real wild. I know it's not gonna happen, but if it does, I would be like,
I don't know if we're gonna see
Jermaine
the Steelers jersey
didn't look
anymore,
good.
dog.
Hey, Jermaine Ifedi didn't look good with the team that picked him high. Jermaine Ifedi was getting Russell Wilson absolutely destroyed out here, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so like I just don't get. I'll never understand. Like, here's the thing. there is
But they still got a lot of picks though.
There's a copycat mentality with the NFL. And now everybody looked at what Baltimore did and they've lost sight of how football works. Not Baltimore, I'm sorry. Everybody looked at what the Bengals did and they've lost sight of how football works. Where are these battles won? The Bengals is an anomaly.
And the trenches.
Why didn't the Bengals win the Super Bowl?
Because they didn't have protection.
Because Aaron Donald.
Dog.
Well, nah, I'm not finna say they didn't have protection because Joe Burrow didn't get touched. It was just a line play.
Joe Burrow
was under pressure.
Joe Burrow didn't get touched because he was moving out the way. Joe Burrow was stepping up and sidestepping and running for his life. Joe Burrow absolutely
Cornelius. Marcus can run. Let's not.
No, Joe Burrow didn't play well. Or I'm sorry, Joe Burrow didn't win the Super Bowl because he didn't have an extra second to put the ball up because there was nobody competent on that left side of the line.
He needed an extra second to get that ball to Chase.
Legitimately, you at least got a shot, right? Like, you don't know if Chase is going to bring it in, even though he brought in every pass there. But I tell you what, we're not sitting here talking about how what's buddy name? Freaking was it Eli Apple?
Yeah.
It was how Eli Apple got cooked. You know who we talk about getting cooked? Jalen Ramsey.
Because he got cooked.
All game.
all game.
Like, let's not lose sight, right? Like, I see this comment so much. Look at what the Bengals did last year. Look at what the Bengals did last year. What did the Bengals do this year? First thing they did, we gonna take that lineman. And what you got? Oh, you getting rid of him? Look, we're gonna take that lineman. And what you two? Come on over. They're going through the line. Don't get blinded by the fact that, yes, you drafted Jamar Chase and that connection still worked. That is an anomaly.
And this is the thing. This is the thing too. Because you said Muggs need to pay attention to what the Bengals did. And look, they lost that game. And fair enough, they know they did. But then they went out and got the 2 offensive linemen that they needed.
That's what I'm saying.
And paid top dollar for it. Which is weird because, like, the Texans was the absolute wild card. But the fact that you, like, said we gonna rock with Davis Mills, but which I'm cool with. I'm cool with. That's their choice. Fine.
I'm not.
They were stuck.
But you didn't get him an offensive tackle. Nothing.
Yeah, you didn't help him out. Well, I mean, that's a Lovey move. Here's the thing: if anybody's going to win with poor quarterback play, it could be Lovey.
It's gonna be Lovey. But at the same time, though, like I totally
that
agree
man
with
is
what
holding
Pat
up 06 season and high regard.
Like what the Bengals did with Joe Burrow was a gamble, was a definitive gamble that worked. A slim chance of working. Like I would never.
How long will he stay alive like that?
I would never roll that dice again. Like they went out. They got him his receiver. It worked out.
Yeah.
And I understand that the thought process is if you get really good in one aspect of the game and you just maximize that potential, you can go pretty far. And they did. But Joe Burrow was taking a lot of hits still, coming off of the fact that in his first season, what happened?
9 sacks.
Almost had a career-ending injury. Well, I can't say career-ending, but it does pretty much change the trajectory of a player, the type of injuries he was potentially going to suffer. I would have never made that bet.
He took.
I would have never made that bet.
I'll say this too. To even that, like, because I talk about it all the time. Like Jamar's Chase tape was good enough for him to get drafted where he did. And it's like you said, like the hits that Joe took wasn't sustainable, but they went and they cleaned it up. Yeah. Like the fact that I feel like the draft was weird off of the fact that it was so talked about. Like there was so much like offensive tackle help in the first round, and like nobody did what they thought. Like nobody did what everybody thought they was gonna do. Like after Trayvon Walker and Aiden Hutchinson, like that Texans pick just started it. Cause I was just looking at my phone like, oh, okay, Derek Stingley Jr. Oh, okay. The Jets didn't take an offensive tackle. Hey, the Giants got a layup.
A layup out here, dog. An absolute layup.
Hey, Giants got a layup.
I wasn't mad at I wasn't mad at the Giants. I give them credit on having a good night, man. Hey, we got 65 in here though, man. Hey, make sure that y'all in here tuning in and rocking with us. We appreciate that love, man. If y'all could do me a favor and just
push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button. Yeah.
Push the button.
Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports and national sports on the Daily Show weekly, man. Daily on this month, actually Monday through Friday, 11 to 1. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always, man.
Can we talk about our rivals not doing anything?
Oh yeah, I wanted to get into that.
I can't say that.
I spent okay. All right, well, let me tell you this. Maybe you can't, and that's fine. You don't want to. I got you. But Aaron Rodgers needs people to throw to. And they had the opportunity to strike pretty big, and they didn't. Now,
any
they
wide
didn't have
receiver,
one, but they
any
had 2
wide
first-round
receiver,
picks.
Any wide receiver they would have taken at 22 and 28, right? Would have been a reach at that point. Would have been a reach at that point. The first round receivers are off the board. You don't want to take a receiver just to say, hey, we took a wide receiver. You don't want to take a receiver just to say we took a first round wide receiver. Devontae Adams was in the second round. They found good receivers for Aaron Rodgers later in the draft. Now they found some clunkers as well, but they found good receivers for Aaron Rodgers later in the draft. And to me, right, like you went out and you got Quay Walker.
No.
And he's not a good linebacker? He's not going to be a good NFL linebacker?
No. This is the thing.
It doesn't matter. He needs targets.
You took Quay Walker.
What receiver would you have taken at 22 that wouldn't have been a reach?
Hold on. Because there's two things. My point last night when we was in the group chat that I was telling Keelan and I was telling you, everybody made trades. Everybody made trades. The Lions came back and grabbed Jameson Williams because his tape was that good that hey when he get right, hey we finna be solid. They did that twice. The Jets did it, and we gonna get into the Jets. But my other point was I'm not saying that Quay Walker wasn't good. You still had the linebacker from Utah on the board and you didn't get him.
Yeah.
But the fact that the defense was solid. You didn't need
the defense
you
was
didn't
solid.
Need anything.
The defense was solid, right? Now the defense could be scary. It's still listen to me. It's still Aaron freaking Rodgers on the other side of that. I'm not saying you don't have to get him targets, but if you get him a second round target, that is a 1,200-yard receiver. Who cares where he was taken? You got him a second round target that put up 1,400 yards in a season. Does anyone care that Devontae Adams went in the second round?
I get what you're saying, but unfortunately, there's too many teams that need receivers. And they pick 20, they're 20 picks back, and there's like 6 teams before them. And there's only, for me, in the research I've done, especially being with the Fantasy Whisperers, I mean, I have to do some research to keep up with them guys. Right? Good Lord. And I learned so much doing that. Shout out to them. Shout out to Trav and Johnny. They do a great job, man. They really have a really deep insight of the game. There's only 4 receivers that I would actually swing on the same in the second round: Pickens, Scott Moore, Watson, and personally, I think Michi may actually Michi. Big Meech. We're gonna call him Big Meech from this one.
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's spelled Mechie, but we black as heck. We black as heck.
Anyway. I'm gonna just call him J in the third. That's what I'm about. But guess what? We need receivers. There's 2 other teams that need receivers. And we picked twice before they pick. We picked twice before Green Bay picks. They may not have those targets. So guess what? It would have been a reach, but now you run the gamble of them not getting somebody good at all. So maybe not at 22, but at 28, yeah, I would run a risk of taking Pickens because most people had him going in the first round anyway.
And
You pick
this-
up late
and
first
this is the
round,
thing,
you're not
right?
losing anything.
And this is the
But
thing, right?
here's the thing.
We need a receiver.
In the first round, right? Is it about getting? For me, in the first round, it's about getting the best player available, unless your team is set. Do we think that the Packers' defense was set?
They had the best defense the second half of the season.
It was really good, right? But is that going to continue? How do you make that better?
You know what's not going to continue definitively? Their offense, because they have no one to throw to. So, we can sit there and play the if game for something that's proven. What's proven that's not there anymore is targets.
But
so at this point, you should have pulled the trigger late first round as opposed to trying to gamble mid-second.
I mean,
you had two picks. I didn't say use the first one for a receiver.
It's a deep.
You had two chances to crack. You had two at bats in the first round. You made none of the moves. They could have split that.
And this is the thing, Pat. This is the thing.
It's a deep enough wide receiver class for me.
It's a deep wide receiver class. We pick before they do, and y'all pick before they do. They have 53.
We pick twice before they do.
They have 53. George Pickens will almost surely.
But logically,
the Colts need one. The Colts need one.
They getting
y'all need a couple.
Matty Ice is getting targets. Okay, we're
not taking two wide receivers in the second round.
But no,
we bet not. But I'm just saying.
I'm saying though. You know how many receivers gonna be off the board before they even get to the Packers?
Here's the thing: if Pickens isn't there, the Bears probably don't take one wide receiver in the second round.
I don't think that's true.
I'll bet they trade back if Pickens isn't there.
Because I think we're gonna take Pickens. I honestly do.
I'll bet they trade back if Pickens isn't there. I think that's the one piece that they think, right, is gonna be okay. If we pair this with him, he's got the good body, he's got good footwork, he's got good hands, he's got the speed. That's the piece to me that the Bears would hey, let's go get him. We could pair him with Darnell Mooney, Justin, Cole Kmet. We've got our offensive line. We're gonna add a little bit of bolstering to that at 48.
So you wouldn't take the gamble on Alec Pierce?
No,
and this is the thing too.
Alec Pierce might fall near the third round. Alec Pierce might fall near the third round.
Sky Moore is cool, but if the Packers get Sky Moore,
and I'll tell you this right now, right?
Athletic is definitely saying that he's a good target for the Bears. By the way,
I'll tell you this right now. Listen, but here's the thing: if I trade back at 39 and I get another second round pick further back, I can still get Pierce. Pierce is going to be at the end of the second round. He's not going to be at the top of the second round.
We're taking Pierce with one of our two picks in this early second round.
Yeah, you might. I think you trade back and you get another pick. You might take him at 54.
He's not going to be there at 54.
He'll be there. Alec Pierce ain't going that high.
Hey, you know what? I think this really interesting thing with Trav. I'll do it with you. Let's put it on the board. Pierce will be there late second round.
Yep, 100%.
How late we talking?
Close to the third round. Close to the third round. Because I think we rate him higher than anybody else does, right?
I'm saying he's going in within the 50th picks.
All right.
So mid-second round?
Mid-second
round. I'm saying mid. You're saying he's still going to be there. Maybe third.
He'll be there. He'll be there end of the second round, I think.
And so you're saying end of the second, possibly third. That's what you're rolling with.
Nah, I think he'll go in the second, but I think he'll be close to the third. I don't think he'll be a third round pick, but I think he'll be close to the third. I think he'll be at back end of the second. You could still get him. Because to me, right, like
I agree with some of the chat. That kid going in the 50s at most.
Here's the thing. Even with that, right? Like for everybody that's super excited about George Pickens, you should be just as excited about John Mechie or John Michie. Because
he the best route runner. Listen.
Pickens also
he's the best route runner in the draft.
Hey, you want to know how many games Pickens played last year? 3. And it was because he was coming off ACL injury. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna take him that high, and you feel like Michie is the better player, like if you watch the tape, Michie to me is the better player. He's just coming clean off injury.
Pickens
for
is
me,
too though.
I would pick. No, Pickens played in the national championship. So for me, I look at it and I'm like, not to say anything's wrong with George Pickens, but if George Pickens isn't there, that's my 39 right now because Traylon Burks isn't there. I think that's a little high for Sky Moore, in my opinion. I think if you're gonna pick a guy at 39, you want to go over 6'2". You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
We
I'm
gonna
not
get
gonna lie
Pierce.
to you.
6'3",
The Packers ain't getting no receivers. It's too many picks before they got a pick, and it's too many teams that need receivers before they
but
even
here's
get
the
to the
thing:
Packers.
we could say they're not gonna get a receiver, and then like he gets on the field and he can play. Then what? Then does it matter, right? But like on top of that, it's Aaron Rodgers getting them the ball. How many receivers has Aaron Rodgers made really, really good? Randall Cobb left Green Bay, and we was like, hey, that's not the same dude. There is something to be said about
Randall Cobb.
There is something to be said about the quarterback making
Jordy Nelson.
There is something to say about the quarterback making the receiver better as well, and he's one of the best quarterbacks to ever hold a football. Like, I'm not saying that you don't need to get him targets. I'm not saying you don't need to get him weapons, but I'm not mad at this because think of the guys we're saying. Would you have taken Pierce at 28?
If I was Green Bay, yes.
First of all, Pierce is slow as heck.
You got a better player. The defense, Devontae Wyatt is going to be a stud in the NFL. You got the better player. As a Bears fan, I'm more upset that they took those two. I would have loved for them to reach on a receiver in the first round.
Hey, wait, time out though. I'm not gonna lie. If it was me, personally, I would absolutely grab Nakobe Dean. And then after that, I will circle back to get my receiver, bro. I feel like if Nakobe Dean is there,
if Nakobe Dean is on the board, I can see the Bears getting
solidifies your middle. That solidifies your middle linebackers good enough where we're still deep enough in the draft. I could still go get my corner.
You can still go, yeah.
Because you can still go get Petrie. So then after that, Jalen Johnson, Petrie.
I wouldn't go all defense second round. I wouldn't go all defense second round.
Let's do this then. Because a lot of the talking heads have kind of put their picks out there, what they think the Bears are going to do. We've talked about Green Bay enough. Who cares? Let Green Bay.
They so you got to.
At this point, we have 2 picks early second round. What are we doing? I personally think that we need to grab a receiver. I'm okay with grabbing George Pickens because it does 2 things for us. If we're not going to trade those picks for DK, which is a long shot, but that's what I wanted.
What's up with you, dog?
Hey, I wanted DK. I don't care. Leave it alone. That's my pick, right? I would rather get a big target for him. George Pickens, 6'3", 211. I can get with it.
If George Pickens is there, I would take him at 39.
At 39, I'm snagging him up.
If George Pickens is there, yeah, I'd take him at 39.
If Michi's still at 48, I'm snagging him up. I would go 2 receivers.
Michi might be there. You could probably, if you traded back on one of those picks, you probably could still get Michi because I think there's a lot of people that are like, there's enough good wide receivers in this draft that are healthy, and you don't have to worry about, hey, does this guy have a blown out knee? Where Michi might fall further than people think.
Don Bird, that actually is good. Yeah.
But no, I for me, the fact that what is Buddy name? Hold up.
So you think real quick though, you think Michi's gonna be there at 48?
I think so.
Michi's gonna fall farther than a lot of people think, just because
the injury's scary.
The injury is there, and there's enough good wide receivers here that I know don't have knee issues right now.
I'm gonna say
not
Seattle.
To say he's not gonna come back, not to say he's not gonna be able to play, not to, you know what I'm saying, but man, Seattle better get their offensive line together. Seattle better not be. Hey, look, that ain't Russ back there no more.
Do that.
Hey, that ain't Russ back there no more, my boy.
They got Cross.
You know what I'm saying? Like that to me, that's bro. Why can't I cannot think of this mug's name in the second round. Hold up, let me pull it up here. I would go with or at 48, I would go with Luke Gadecki.
Okay.
That's a good pick.
I would go with Luka
I'm mad at
because he
that.
can play inside. He can play tackle position if you have some injury. Listen, I love what the Bears have, right? I love that we've got these young offensive linemen that look really good, but there's question marks on all of them. Larry Borum, can he stay healthy? Tevin Jenkins, can he stay healthy? We don't know that. We ain't seen that. We saw an end of season for Tevin Jenkins, and we saw Larry Borum be in and out of the lineup all year. So I would go, if Pickens is there, I would go George Pickens, and then I would go Luke Gadecki at 48. If Pickens isn't there, I would trade back possibly with New England because I think they have 54. And I would, because I think Mechie will still be there at that.
Can I make an adjustment?
Go ahead.
If available, Roger McGeary. I cannot pronounce this man's name. He's a corner. We do need a corner. We need to shore up that area.
I'm gonna say this. I like
Pickens or Michi if available.
Wait, who was Buddy from yesterday from the D2? I like him better than that.
Oh yeah.
I like him better than I like
D2
McGarry,
talent is crazy, dog. Because you look at it and you be like, man, why would I ever take that? And then like you take it and you be like, man, these mugs actually can play a little bit of Joshua Williams. Joshua Williams do look nice.
Yeah, bro.
Joshua Williams, but to me, right? Like I feel like, bro, his name is can't be Michi, bro. Metchie.
Man, check this out. I'm about to get the pronunciation.
Right now. I'm about to solve this right now. Meech.
Hold on.
They might call him Meech, right? They might call him Meech.
It's Meech.
But I'm telling you what it's spelled right now. It's definitely
how's his last name spelled?
M-E-T, Met, C-H-I-E. Che.
Bro, it's Meech. It's Big Meech, yo. It's Big Meech. I'm trying to tell you.
If he don't call himself Big Meech, he's missing a great.
He's missing an opportunity here. Hey, listen. hey, let's be real. Let's be real. Is this a situation where there's a little bit of a name change for the branding on that?
Oh yeah, you. Hey, listen. You can't tell me when.
Hey, listen. Darren Williams was Darren Williams at Illinois. That man got to the NBA, got that bag. He was like, "My name is Duran." What?
Hey, listen. You can't tell me when the Coldest get to the league, he not finna.
It's Mechie.
It's Mechie.
It's Mechie.
I told you.
Not Mechie. Mechie.
Man, it's Mechie. I'm trying to get that man paid. Man, forget what y'all talking about. I'm trying to get that man paid.
Hey, I hope the Coldest make it to the league, bro.
Fam.
Where's he at? Is he in college now?
Yeah, nah, he's still in college at LSU.
Man, I hope he make it to the league, bro. That man's name is the Coldest Jenkins, bro.
His middle name is To Ever Do It.
It's To Ever Do It.
I'm trying to.
You ain't got no choice but to see, my boy.
Hey, you literally.
You ain't got no choice because if you don't,
put that on you, dog. Your parents put that on you. No, but you know what? I feel like if I would feel good about that for the Bears if you, because
he transferred.
To me, the pick is
Khalil Shakur.
I don't think there's a wide receiver. There's another wide receiver you take at 39 other than Pickens. Pierce isn't that good. He's good. Like, not to say he's not that good. Like, you can't play football, but he's not 39 good. He's not on the level of George Pickens.
Is anybody good enough for you then?
No, if Pickens isn't there, I'd move back. I said that. If Pickens isn't there, I would move back to 54. I would trade with the Patriots. I would try to get 54 and 85 out of them in the third round. I would take who would I say? Luke Gadecki at 48. Get your offensive line better. I feel like Mechie will still be there at 54. I would take him there. You get your wide receiver help. And then for me, when you get to that third round and the Bears got another pick at 71, that's where I shore up my wide receiver room. I'd go get Jamar.
Hey, can you drop me real quick? I got to take this call.
Yeah, I'd go get Jamar Sawyer. You get your wide receiver help, but most importantly, you're protecting Justin Fields.
Tough take, man. I can't necessarily say I agree with it, but stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened. It's already a strange draft, so I mean, hey, it is what it is.
It's definitely a strange draft, man. It's you know what though? I think most of the first round kind of went the way we thought. I think a good chunk of the first round kind of went where we were like, yeah, I can see that. Like minus the Packers. I thought the Packers might get a receiver, but once I saw like all the receivers go off the board, I was like, they're probably going full on defense.
Okay. I mean, I get it, but if you're gonna play Aaron Rodgers like you're gonna play Garoppolo, why even pay the man?
You're not playing them like you play Garoppolo though. They still was when Devontae Adams went out, they still was slinging that pill.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Last time I got to see him on the field, I could have put Garoppolo in the Green Bay jersey, probably got just as much production.
And Devontae Adams was on that team. Devontae Adams was on that field as well. Yeah. We're gonna keep it going, man. We got a lot of stuff to get to.
Much love, bye.
Hey, coach, but they tried the same thing on Smitty though, man. They tried the same thing on Smitty.
With what?
What are you talking about?
Because he's talking about his framing in the slot and like how many positions he can play. I think Meech's gonna be good, bro. I think Meech's gonna be good.
I think he's gonna be good.
I never thought he wasn't gonna be good.
I don't
think he's a first round talent. He got injured. That's the same thing with George Pickens. If George Pickens never got hurt, he's going first round. That's why when Pat says if he's there, take him. Absolutely, like because you already know what he can do. I mean the film is good enough. I'm with Pat because I like Gadecki. Like he's like they said he's thinking of the team needs. So I'm right on par with him. But if it don't work out and y'all just so happen to need a Kobe Dean, I'm trying to like him with Roquan.
But you know what? This is the thing that I always look at. Like Kobe Dean on this team would be nice. He covers a ton of ground. He's absolute ball hawk. Gets the job done.
He was
right.
the best linebacker in college.
100%. I'm not saying it's not. But
it's like what's a no-brainer, right?
No, but what makes him better? What made him the best linebacker in college? Not just the fact that he could play, but also the fact that standing in front of him was the best defensive line in college. When you got them dogs up front, it makes everything.
It wasn't like that when Roquan was there like that.
And guess what? Roquan didn't win a national championship.
Roquan got that award though.
Roquan was a dog. And guess what? Roquan's here and he's really nice. I'm not saying that Nakobe Dean isn't a nice player and the Bears shouldn't be looking to try and get him in the building.
I'm just thinking of alternatives. I'm thinking of alternatives. I'm not saying take him at 39 by any means.
No, but what I'm saying is I feel like the Bears focus right now. How do you make Jalen Johnson? It's not just about making your linebacker room better. Because listen, okay, your linebackers are better. I'll throw underneath them or over the top of them. Because guess what? That DB over there ain't that good. Guess what? That safety's not going to be able to help on top. And you know why? Because there's no pressure on my quarterback.
Well, hold up.
let me ask you all this though. Just to add some. I don't know if you're telling me to drop them or not. I didn't know what that meant.
He said.
Okay. So, just to add some color to this conversation, what if
we all black? It's all color in this conversation.
The
only non-color is half.
Come on, Pat. Come on, Pat. Come on. We try to be better, man. He's trying to.
Are we really? No,
not really.
Let's stop lying to ourselves.
What if they draft a QB?
That'd be dumb. Neither QB is better than Justin. Malik Willis is. Malik Willis is nice. I'm not surprised that he is here though, because of how great the rest of the talent is, and if the quarterback talent was as good as it was, he would have gone first. Like we've seen dudes that are mediocre quarterbacks go first. Like you look at it and you like, I don't know if he's that guy, but we need a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like we've seen mediocre dudes go really freaking high in the draft. So like, I do want to get into that though. I want to get into what Pittsburgh did in the first round. I want to get into some other teams that probably should have taken a quarterback that didn't take a quarterback in the first round. But we also got to pay some bills on this mug, my boy. You ain't been on here for this one. Hold up, we got a little different music in this mug, man. I felt like the other music was a little too sexy for it, man. So we gonna hit you with the read right here, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hey, fellas, it's time to dig yourself out of that winter hibernation. Spring is here, and it's time to get sprung with Blue Chew. That's right. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, confidence can take you far in life. It can also help you in the bedroom, especially when it comes time to step up to the plate. That's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew is the unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable tablets and at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever the opportunity arises. Here's the thing. Had a homie back in the town, man, says, Pat, got an issue, need some help with it, but I don't feel like going to the doc. I said, bro, you got to sign up at bluechew.com. Process is simple. Consult with one of their licensed medical providers. Once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online. No awkward doctor's visits, no awkward conversation, no waiting in line at the pharmacy, and the best part, Blue Chew's tablets made right here in the US of A, prepared to ship direct to your door in a discreet package. Hey, fellas, it's time to get off the couch, get back to work. If your tool needs an upgrade, head to bluechew.com, and we got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use the promo code on the screen, Windy City at checkout. Just pay $5 in shipping. That's bluechew.com, promo code Windy City to receive your first month free. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the show. You like that? You like that? You like how smooth that was? Watch the fade out. It was smooth. Come on now. You know I'm doing.
It's smooth. You know, it's smooth, and it has a lasting beat. Hopefully, it lasts as long as Blue Chew. I always want the part of the read that always gets me is you can take it at night.
Take it whenever you need to take it, my boy.
No, not to take it right before the action, but you could take it at night to be ready for any action in the day. Yeah, so I'm wondering, ready, why would I take a boner pill before I go to sleep? Now I'm in the middle of my sleep, rock hard. Like that's what I'm thinking. Like, what the heck am I doing here? Like, what is the science behind that? Did anybody else catch that? Is it just?
I love Yogi in the comments. I love Yogi in the comments. Yogi said Blue Chew on every podcast. They hustle is different.
Hey. Hey, I'm telling you right now, they're hustling hard.
Same old, just a different day.
I was trying to get it.
Yeah, you out there trying to get it, all right?
That next bar?
Hey, you out there trying to get it.
I was just trying to get it.
Oh, God.
Hey, dog, no, that.
Yeah, that's a tough one,
place
dog.
in hell for us. I know it is.
Hey, man, with gasoline draws on. No, man. So like I said, big surprise, right? In the appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us as always, man. By the way, appreciate all the love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports and national sports on the Daily Show daily here, man. If you're new to the channel, man, shout out to you for pulling up, man. Let me know if you're new in the comments, man. Let me know if you're enjoying the content. We appreciate all the love.
That's like the Charles Barkley banging comment that cracked everybody up.
Hey, bro, that was a wild bar from. And the funny thing is, like, we're all just children. We're just all still children.
First of all, it was not a pause moment. You're banging in the post. They say that all the time. Bro. Just that one particular day.
Nah, he didn't say banging in the post though. He said when you banging a dude. And
right.
You
said when you banging a dude and you feel another man warm body on you.
Like, hey, yeah, when you banging a dude and you got body on you. What?
I can't. Oh God.
What happened there?
Oh, I just threw something.
Nah, man. Listen.
Hold on, I gotta mute the mic.
We're all just children, bro. Oh man. No, but I'll say this, right? There's two things I want to get into. I love the kid is just dying off mic. Oh no. Hey, Baki, shout out to you, bro. I like how Baki phrased this too. He said, not gonna lie, I don't need it, but I'm definitely gonna order some just to support their grind. Can we stop saying grind, no? Or is that the perfect word? Anyway,
Wait, I thought I had it. Nope.
Nah, he could have said support the hustle, bro.
Hey, bro. Hey, listen, sponsors don't get. I tell you this right now. You sponsor this channel right here, we gonna talk about your brand, and we gonna
What?
and we gonna yeah, that's CJ. That's a wild one. You gotta relax, bro. We gonna talk about your brand, and we gonna like do our own little riff on the side of it. There's no better show to have sponsor you than the Windy City Breeze, man. So if y'all got companies out there, man, if y'all working for these people and y'all feel like they need some sponsorship, man, let us know, man. We get in touch with them. No, here's I love
Blue Chew, hit him with the honey. Now we gotta get the honey sponsor.
I love that he came back and he's like, I thought I had it. Nope.
hey, we gotta get the honey sponsor now just to make the whole evening complete. Hit him with the honey. Wow, Blue Chew. Hey, long way. Anyway, all right, here we go. All right,
here's the question, right? Here's the question. The Steelers take Kenny Pickett at 20. I expected the Steelers to go quarterback. I did not expect the Steelers to go with Kenny Pickett, who has the smallest hands in the draft. Do you feel like they took Pickett because he's the hometown kid?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you feel like he really is head and shoulders better than Malik Willis?
Hometown kid, they're gonna give Biscuit a shot.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Biscuit is about to get that young Mike Glennon treatment.
I don't think so. But he's on an earned contract. He's in a situation where he has to prove it, and I think he has the ability to prove that he's better than the kid right now. I mean, honestly, he's only 4 seasons in. He's still a relatively young QB.
Oh yeah.
So I think if he performs, they're gonna roll with him. But I don't think that kid is better than Malik Willis. I really don't.
And here's the thing.
I was surprised. I thought they were gonna get Malik Willis, and then if they got Malik Willis, I was gonna be like, "Dag, Biscuits,
yeah,
it's not gonna be good."
here's the question now: do you take him so that Mitch feels comfortable? Because I as much as listen, not to say Kenny Pickett isn't good, but let's be real, he's been at Pitt a long time to build up those stats. You know what I'm saying? It took him a little while to get there. Last season, though, had a great season. Can't take it away from him. 4,300 passing yards, 42 touchdowns. But do you feel like you took him on we want Mitch to have a legit shot at this job? Or is it just I really feel like they just picked him because he went to Pitt?
Nah.
Like this was the Io Dosunmu pick at 20, though.
I feel like they picked him because of the simple fact. It's like somebody just said it. He played behind the defense in college, like a really great defense. But not only that, I mean, he can play. I mean, I make jokes about him all the time with the 2 gloves, but he can't play. Like,
I don't know.
He's not a scrub. I think that at minimum, you take him because you want to see what Mitch has, so they're gonna have that QB battle.
Yeah.
And if Mitch comes out,
he's not coming in taking the job right away.
He's better for it.
They paid Mitch too much money.
If Kenny Pickett comes out and takes the job right away, that just means that he outplayed Mitch in preseason.
that means we could put all the Mitch love to bed. If that's
Hey, I absolutely will. I absolutely will.
If Kenny Pickett takes his job, we can put all the Mitch love to bed.
I know I make jokes about him all the time, but he can't play. Is he better than Malik? Absolutely not. The only difference is Malik played at Liberty. So
Coach Tomlin has actually been very explicit in saying exactly what's going to happen. He said that he will Trubisky, Rudolph, and Pickett
He
are
beat.
going to compete for the position.
He's beating.
Yeah,
Rudolph.
okay, Rudolph.
He's beating Rudolph. Rudolph ain't been the same ever since that helmet to the dome.
Hey, Tomlin know what happened. He can say they finna compete, but Rudolph ain't competing.
And with Haskins, I mean, you got to remember too, they lost Haskins.
It's Mitch and Pickett.
It's Mitch and Pickett.
Nah,
but
bro.
I expected them to do so because they didn't have Haskins anymore.
Yeah.
And, you know, I hate to say it, they were gonna it was gonna be between Dwayne Haskins and Mitch for that position.
Yeah.
And you know, rest in peace to him. And so them going QB didn't surprise me at all. I expected it. And Mitch now has a chance to show what he can do, but at the same time, you know, if it's the kid's time, it's the kid's time. Let him roll. I'm all for letting the kid roll if he can play. Don't hold him back just because of anything else. Like
listen,
yeah.
Mitch ain't making enough money where you can say we have to play him no matter what. Like Mitch probably looked better than Mike Glennon at training camp because Mike Glennon's that bad of a quarterback. But like you paid Mike Glennon a freakish amount of money, so you literally had to go.
He made way too much money.
He's got to play. We just paid him this dumb contract, and there's nothing else we can do. The one question I do have for y'all, though, is there somebody in this first round who made a pick that you feel absolutely should have taken a quarterback, even if it meant moving back in the draft from the spot that they were in, getting a little extra capital, and getting the quarterback you need moving forward? Because I do think Malik Willis can be a good quarterback in this NFL. I don't know if he'll be great, but I think that he'll be he could be Baker a little low.
Nah.
Like
Malik out here. Malik is good enough. No, he's not big. Not big.
I don't think Malik Willis is going to be a star in the NFL. Like I think he'll be a solid quarterback, right? Or he'll be an above average quarterback that you'll have to put pieces around for him to get to that next level.
I got 3 teams. I got 3 teams. I think the Detroit Lions should have brought in somebody to compete for that job with Jared Goff. Because Detroit made some good moves, but everyone says, but you got Goff though. You know, that's so. I mean, statistically, he looks good, but you got Goff. So it's like I would have put some fire under that. I don't even know who's in their QB room. If I'm being honest, who's in their QB room?
Jared Goff.
That's it. Yeah, they should have drafted a QB. And they still might.
That's the one thing that I will say. Said the Discord link says invalid.
We'll get that straight. Appreciate you letting us know.
Yeah, appreciate it.
We'll let you know when we get it straight. Panthers definitely should have done one. To be honest, I don't know what the Panthers are doing. If Baker's not going to end up there and Baker don't want to, whatever that happens, I don't get that situation. And Atlanta absolutely needed to do something too. Dang, how did I forget about the Texans? All right, so 4.
No, that's and here's the thing, right?
The Texans should have. The Texans. What the Texans? What are you doing?
For me,
they said they standing pat with Davis Mills, dog.
What?
hey, come on, dog. That's the same thing everybody said.
No. Davis Mills is like if there was that kid in Washington. What was that kid in Washington's name? Heineke?
Taylor Heineke.
Heineke has some stuff where I'd be like, you know what? I could probably roll the dice on this a few more years. Davis Mills wasn't that guy. Am I wrong?
You absolutely right. Like, no, Heineke can play. Heineke can play. He just
Taylor Heineke I thought had more.
Taylor Heineke can play.
Actually, let me.
Davis Mills,
but like we said, it's Lovey. So.
Well, Lovey is a winning head coach.
You know what I said? This is what I said. Lovey is still going to be a good head coach. He will probably never be a Super Bowl winning head coach.
Ooh, that's
just because of moves like this, right? Like he's very fine picking defense all the way up and down and building a dominant defense and hey, we're gonna do it this way. But if we're being 100% honest, you need a quarterback to be successful. Lovey's gonna look at it and say, no, I need to take a cornerback at 3. To me, that's the move where you try to move back. Houston, maybe Aiden Hutchinson to me is that level of player. Aiden Hutchinson to me is a top 2 pick. He's going to be a probably transcendent level defensive player. I see why Detroit took him, and this quarterback draft is a couple of ifs. I would rather go with the dude that's probably going to be a transcendent level player. I don't think Derek Stingley is going to be that player. Not to say I think he's going to be bad, but I don't think that he's going to be the best cornerback in the NFL. And you took him at 3. I think there was better. I think you're going to get better production from Ahmad Gardner, like the Jets did. I thought he would be the first.
His name is Sauce. His name is Sauce.
Sauce Gardner out here.
Sauce.
I thought he would have been
trying to get these people paid.
Wait. Is his name really Sauce?
It's Ahmad. His name.
No. It's Ahmad. He calls himself Sauce for he trying to get paid, bro.
I'm gonna tell you this.
That's smart.
They definitely put up Sauce Gardner on the thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
they trying to get paid.
They'll call you. If everybody call you that, they'll call you that. I ain't mad at them at all on that. I felt like Carolina could have moved back from 6 because you didn't feel confident in anything you had there. But I mean, listen, here's the thing. Malik Willis is still on the board. So there's a lot of teams that could move into position. This could work out well. I think the biggest miss out of anybody is Pittsburgh.
Hey, I say this. Biscuits, you better come with it. Come with it. I've been riding for you for a long time, buddy.
Beat out Kenny Pickett, I think.
This is the part that got me, that I didn't know. I knew he threw for 42 touchdowns. I didn't know he broke it. I didn't know that was Deshaun Watson's record that he broke. He only had 7 INTs. It's mad efficient, dog.
Mad efficient.
Yeah, he was a Heisman finalist. The only reason I shouldn't say Heisman finalist. He was gonna be up for the Heisman that year. I think he got hurt. Like he got
mad
hurt.
efficient.
And that kind of like no, he's mad efficient, bro.
How about this? How about the 2 teams that probably made a move that no one really talks about because it was like, they're already pretty dominant. Kansas City was like, yeah, we're not going to get beat like that again. Got them a cornerback. And the Bills was like, you're not going to get another 14 seconds off of us. 2 picks later, drafts them a cornerback. They're like, like I saw that and I was like,
that was a great pick. That was a great pick. That was an A+ pick for me. When I saw that, I was like, and right, it's the reason that, by the way, am I tweaking or is there still no love for a honey badger right now in the NFL?
Still no love.
No love. He said he waiting. He said he waiting. I don't know what for, but
here we go. Darius said Ringo get a 1080 cam or Ringo get a new cam. He looking 1080ish today. Why you bite the lip, dog? Why is it anytime we mention how your camera look, bro, you go to an instant lip bite, bro? Like, stop, bro.
There's a lot of pause in that. A lot of pause right there.
Mad light skin already, bro. We don't need no lip biting on the show, brother.
I'm like, you got it. You got it.
You're bringing the credibility down with the lip bite, bro. You've had some weird lip bite moments on the show.
You got it.
We should compile all the pause moments from the season.
This show alone has like 5 of them.
Hey, bro, I'm telling you, like when Ringo hit him with a what do you say? Zach LaVine looking real fresh out here. What was that? What was that?
Can I hit you with a wild just to get off this pause moment right here?
First of all, The top of off comment is undefeated. First off,
we're not going to go down that road, Ringo. Hey, listen, interesting
hey.
stat. While we I jump from one thing to the other. That's a pause moment. The Phoenix Suns, Jay Crowder has 1,056 points and is only 11 points behind Anthony Davis in all-time playoff points. Interesting stat right there. Street Clothes needs to get in the gym, gets in the game, and gets in the playoffs. Because Jay Crowder is absolutely a bus rider, not a bus driver. But he put up bus driver numbers apparently. Anyway, getting back to the draft because I can't give you more pauses here. Like I'm not gonna do it. You're not gonna catch me. Everyone's talking about New England being New England, even trading back. I thought it was a good idea for them to trade back.
I think New England trades up in the second round. I think that's who the Bears could trade with. I think there's enough DB depth and D-line depth in this second round that they're going to want to take one of those names up top.
Breeze Nation, I have an interesting wager with Travi from the Fantasy Whisperers. Here was the conversation. I'm going to paraphrase it. Baki was there. He knows what happened. But the thought process was that buddy from Patriots, what's that kid's name?
Help me out.
Mac Jones is not going to be an elite quarterback. In fact, he's not going to sniff a Super Bowl.
You couldn't have made that bet as much as couldn't have been the one that said that as much.
I didn't say that. I said that he will sniff a Super Bowl, and I said when it's all said and done, he'll have more Super Bowls than Aaron Rodgers. He's only been to one.
How much longer?
Travis said that he is a bus rider.
How much longer does Bill coach?
Hey,
that's the thing for me. I think I don't disagree with you that he'll get to a Super Bowl. I think he'll get to one with Bill because Bill's gonna probably try and coach. Bill's gonna try and coach until he dies, just to be like, yeah, no, it wasn't Tom that did it. It was me that did it.
I think Bill was going for 2 appearances. Bill was going to get one and probably lose one and then retire.
Just getting to 2 appearances, right? Like if Brady never gets back to another Super Bowl, like just getting to 2 appearances, he's going to say, no, it was me. It wasn't Tom. Like that's really what this is all about at the end of their careers here.
His take was,
I think
that he's not a good QB. He's a bus rider, not a bus driver. He's just in a good system. And that's the only reason why he looks so phenomenal. Not the fact that he has 3,800 yards, which means that he has to throw the ball, someone has to catch the ball and then extend it. Not the fact that he had, he is in a good system. Don't get me wrong.
But see, Super Bowl is different than Pro Bowl, right? Like you can make the Super Bowl and not be the best player on your team.
True.
You can Bill's going to build that team to the point where he can be a bus rider. Like being a bus rider on a football team doesn't mean. Guess what?
Tom Brady was
a bus rider. Tom Brady was a bus rider.
Tom Brady was a bus rider his first couple.
His first couple, bus rider.
And I'll go one further for you. Joe Flacco, big bus rider.
Got 100 hands that bus rider.
Big bus rider. Trent Dilfer was a bus rider.
Dilfer was an anomaly. I ain't gonna lie to you. Flacco kept getting into the playoffs though. Like everybody looks at Flacco's playoff numbers and say hey, listen, no disrespect to the man. He's gonna make the Hall of Fame.
Yo, he had a Dirk Nowitzki year.
Was a bus rider.
He had a Dirk Nowitzki year, dog.
Eli Manning was a bus rider.
I can't say he was a bus.
He had a Dirk Nowitzki year.
Let me say this. Hey, listen. When we got to the
playoffs,
how did you get there? How did you get there?
He was balling.
This is the thing, right?
The defense came through.
Does getting
the defense
hot
came through?
No, this is my thing. In the NFL, does getting hot in the playoffs mean you're driving the bus? Because if you're driving the bus, that means you're good enough all season to get us to the playoffs. Those Giants teams were absolutely led by their defenses, getting them to the playoffs, and Eli being
right. And that guy. But he showed up when he needed to.
I would say this: it's
you
like
can't kick the dude that's driving the bus off the bus and then be I'm driving the bus.
It's not kicking them off the bus, but my man. Listen, do we win a Super Bowl?
Hey, don't even log off, bro.
That's cachet. She come with the hard takes.
Okay. Go ahead, log off.
Hey,
go ahead, log off. That's
a
rough take.
No, that's a Bears take right there. You know, that's
okay.
Super Bowl.
Okay, all right. I say this: it's like we're on a long cross-country road trip, I get tired and you bring it in for the close. I probably started this journey, was rocking and rolling, but you finished it. Does it matter? No, we're both on the same bus, team game. You just completed the trip. I don't look at like we use this bus rider, bus driver thing. I don't think you can really do that in
Shout out to Chuck
football.
for starting a whole new thing.
Yeah. I don't
This
think
is
you can
gonna
do that in
live
football. In
forever.
basketball, you can. In basketball, one player can definitively change an organization so much so, and he impacts both sides of the ball because he has to play both sides of the
I
ball.
think you can do
I
it
don't
in
think you can do
football.
that in football.
I think you can do it in football, but you can't do it with specific players because of how much goes into making one play. Like, I think you have to do it with what side of the ball it was. And so, like, that season, the defense drove the bus. The offense the offense was in the back getting lit. you know, the back of the bus was lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the offense was in the back of the bus getting lit. So, like, for me, there's some bus riders out there that absolutely are Super Bowl champions. So I could see Mac Jones being a Super Bowl champion. I could see Mac Jones being in the Super Bowl multiple times because I think Bill Belichick is that good.
I don't think you should discredit a player's ability simply because a coach has a good system. Like, after a while, you couldn't say Tom Brady isn't a good or great quarterback because even outside, like Tom Brady, Bill Belichick wasn't throwing them dots when they was down 28-3.
No, but Tom,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
no,
I'm
but
gonna say
hey,
this
look,
though.
hey, look, no, but Bill
Let's take
Belichick was
time out the equation.
Bill Belichick was absolutely chopping up the defense that in the second half didn't allow another score.
Let's take time out the equation though. I mean,
all right, pause. Stop it.
He had Matt Castle.
We shifting from all this crap that don't matter, coming right back down to the Bulls. Zach, what the hell are you talking about? Zach Levine said that he's going to free agency, open-minded, and that his time with the Chicago Bulls has been great. Man, that sounds like the opening sentence to a bad breakup letter. He said that he will not be involved in the negotiations, but leave that to his agent. Also sounds like, hey, listen, I don't want to communicate anymore. I have my girlfriend come get my stuff. That's what that sounds like. I hope the city understands how much I care about the Bulls. What the heck is going on here?
Hey, if he said he's enjoyed. He said he's enjoyed his time here.
Dog, what the heck is going on? First of all, Devon, listen, the idiot down in San Antonio tweeting out pictures of about to be fined $50,000. Now here, what the heck is going on here? Hey, Billy, AK, hey,
Hey.
Swing the Brinks truck around. Let's go.
Listen.
Swing the Brinks truck around.
Do we really think he's leaving?
Yep. I think it's a chance. I think it's a chance. And I think if he's gonna sit there and let Clutch be in part of that, because I don't trust. First of all, I'm not a Clutch sports fan. I do not like the way they do business on multiple levels. That's a different conversation. I'm all for player empowerment, bigging up my brother and stuff like that. But on one end, they do bad business.
For sure.
I really do believe that.
This
could be the norm for agents, and it's just magnified because it's Clutch. I get that, but that doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean I have to like it, and just because you black don't mean I got to support everything you do. Yeah. I don't like the way they do business.
No, the thing to me with it is, listen, Zach has the decision. If Zach don't want to be here, do you want to sign a player that don't want to be here? It's not about if it's about cash, he's going to be here.
Sign and trade for Donovan Mitchell.
I'm so sick of bro. I'm so sick. Listen. Everybody in here right now. I said this last night. If you can build around a player on the Utah Jazz right now, would you build around Rudy Gobert or Donovan Mitchell?
Rudy Gobert.
Y'all are crazy. Do y'all watch how Donovan plays?
Why do
you think they went to bogey on the last shot last night?
First of all, this is the first time I have to say, great move, bad move. 4 seconds is a lifetime for Donovan to get to the cup. If you look at how that play was,
I like
man, they
going
could have ran a nice move to the basket. I don't know what that play was. It was he got
Nah,
an
he was
shot.
open though. He was
I can't
open.
see-
He was wide open.
But he was open and he had 4 seconds and he went for a 3. I'm going
That's
for
what
the
Bogey
tie.
does.
But
I'm going for the tie. Dog, he had a straight line to the basket. I'm going for the tie. I'm sorry. But I love the fact that he took the shot.
I would have gone for the tie because I have Rudy Gobert and I know he can get a putback dunk. But
I would have
can't
gone for the tie simply because I'm Bogdan Bogdanovich, whatever my name is, and I listen. I get it. It would
Bogey
have
got
been
a
a great
strap, though.
story. That's not what you do.
No,
You
Bogey got
tie
a
the
strap,
game.
though.
Nah, Bogey got a strap. It
Bogey
was
got a
it was
strap,
a
though.
great shot. He just missed it.
Dog,
That's
he was
probably
wide open and he didn't even get a good shot. You realize that thing hit the back, like literally almost hit the backboard first.
You know
It
what
wasn't
that
even
is?
a good shot.
No, you know what that is? That's pressure breaks pipes.
That's why you
and
go
what
for
did
2.
Dwayne Wade say?
Hey, but in that situation with that player, right? Like you went to Bogey in that situation.
No, yeah, absolutely.
True.
There's a dude on that team that's freaking making a lot of money to be your star.
Stupid amount of money.
And you ain't making him the star.
First off, Donovan Mitchell is on the organization with Dwayne Wade as part of ownership. And guess what? He's not going to let him walk. He's going to do whatever he can to keep Donovan Mitchell in a Utah Jazz jersey.
Yes, he is.
No, he ain't letting Donovan walk.
He's not letting Donovan walk. And he's not going to let him walk for Zach LaVine. Let's be honest.
Zach has have Rudy Gobert.
Fam, hey, I'll say this. He's not going to let him walk for Zach, but I guarantee you he let him walk for Jimmy on some. I don't want him. I don't want him.
They'll trade Rudy Gobert before they get rid of Donovan Mitchell. But I think
by
that's
the way,
decision.
Rudy Gobert, 15.6 points, 14.7 rebounds,
Hey, fam,
2 blocks a
I'm
game on 71%.
That part I want. We know he's not the problem. he not the problem. My issue with the statement that Zach made is this. I'm with Pat in the sense of if this was about the money, he's staying.
If it's about money,
I think
it's about him not wanting. If it's about him not wanting to be in Chicago, what are you gonna do about that?
I don't think it's about his role not being in Chicago. I don't think it's about him not wanting to be in Chicago. I think he loves Chicago. I think this is about his role on the team.
I don't think he wants to compete with DeMar.
I feel like this is absolutely about his role on the team. For you to say that you're not in discussion because
his role on the team changed when his injury worsened.
That's true. I get you.
It's not like Zach LaVine wasn't putting up shots when he was 100% healthy and ready to go. Even when he had his thumb injury, he was still putting up a ton of shots. His role on the team changed when his knee couldn't recover.
No, and that's valid. That's valid. But on this team, I don't make that statement unless I feel like I'm a number 2.
Now here's the problem. Clutch Sports is absolutely his agent. And I agree.
And I'm gonna tell you, Rich Paul is not only gonna get that man paid, but he's also gonna make him feel like he's gonna put him in a situation where
he's not gonna get him paid the same near the same amount of money.
But it's not about money though.
Here's the thing: the Bulls wouldn't max.
He on TV right now.
AK can't max him.
TV right now.
He can't max him out. He's not. They're gonna try to say, "Hey, we want the supermax," and for one, he's not eligible. But
he's not eligible for it.
But then they're gonna say 210. I'm sorry, he has to have another knee surgery. I'm not giving you 210.
And that's what Brian Windhorst said, bro. He's going that it's not gonna be a scope. He has to have another surgery.
Dog, do you realize that the difference between the max and supermax is really just 4% of your cap? Like he's going to dominate 25 to 30% of the cap.
Do you think he's that level of player when he's healthy?
Here's the thing. I don't know if he's going to be healthy because he has to have a knee surgery on the same knee that he already had an injury on. I wouldn't pay him that for that reason alone. Listen, I want him to get the bag. I want him to get paid. I'm not going to count his coin. I'm not going to stop him from getting paid. Trust me. I really, y'all, I've been on record saying I wanted this to be Zach's year. But if you have to sit there and think about it, what if he's out for a season?
Listen, I'll tell you this right now. The best thing that could happen to the Chicago Bulls if you're concerned about Zach LaVine being injured is that Zach LaVine says, I don't want to be here. Because you offered him his money and he don't want it. That doesn't stop free agents from coming in. But if you're going to get free agents in this building, understanding everything that Zach's gone through and now understanding that he was playing at 50% for your team, blood, sweat, and tears, you pay him his money. Whether you feel that it's a long-term move or not, whether you feel that this is going to be a move where we move off of him, whatever it is. But this ain't about 1-2 years. This is about long-term for the Chicago Bulls. This is about long-term for getting people to come to Chicago. And I say this right now, like, if that's the case, AK got to be right? If Zach LaVine is not going to stick around Chicago, AK has to be right about Patrick Williams.
But then now that man got to come out the gate averaging 25.
He's got to come out the gate healthy, first off.
Oh, rip.
You got to
But
come
yeah,
out
I legit, I don't think this has anything to do with money because Zach is getting his coin. He's all over TV
well,
right now.
the difference, like the only time that it would be about like moving on if you're making the same amount of money, right, would be if it's Zach LaVine getting not getting the max. You're talking about I'll give you 180, 190. If you're talking about giving him that, then yeah, he can go somewhere else. Hey, I would see why Zach would want to go somewhere else.
And shout out to Baki again. Reported by Daniel Greenberg as well. Chicago Bulls chief AK said that he was pleasantly surprised how many players last season wanted to play for the Bulls. And quote, a lot of people want to play in Chicago. Chicago is always going to be a great destination for players.
Yeah.
I will say this, as Pat has said many times before, appreciate the season for what it was. Understand that we should not be emotionally tied to every player that comes through because this is still a business at the end of the day. If Zach LaVine feels the need to move on because of his role, money, whatever, hey, Zach, thank you for your service. We appreciate what you've done for putting Chicago back on the map.
Yeah.
Really do appreciate you. Sorry this didn't work out the way you wanted it to work out.
By the way, he's not, where'd you see? He's not having a full-on redone knee surgery. He's just getting a cleanup, right?
No, it's not a cleanup. Like, it's legitimate surgery.
Where you see that at? I didn't see that.
Woj said that yesterday on NBA Today.
Mm-hmm. That's what I heard.
Yeah, Woj said that yesterday on NBA Today. It's not a cleanup. Like, it's a full-on surgery.
He will have a knee surgery almost immediately this offseason.
Yeah, I knew that.
So Zach LaVine also says, I need to go into the offseason and figure out how to get back to 100%. I wasn't playing at 100%. I need to find a strategy to get my knee back to normal, get back to LA and see my doctor and figure out what the best plan of action is.
It's a lot of ambiguity behind that because
but that's how you come into a free agency, right? You don't want to close your options off. Like, here's the thing. If Zach does leave, that's Zach's decision. You know the Bulls are going to offer him at a minimum 190, probably. You know the Bulls are going to try and get him his money at a minimum at this level. Whether he gets 210 maxed out, that could be the difference maker, right? For me, I feel like you have to pay him at least close to market value if you're going to get free agents to consistently come here. But this is the biggest thing for me. If people want to come here, if people want to be here, why wouldn't Zach? If Zach goes down to San Antonio with DeJounte Murray, what big name free agent is going there?
But that's home for him.
That's home.
It's not about that.
That's home. What do you mean? He's from Seattle.
I
thought he was from LA.
I know he stays in LA, but he
Zach
be
LaVine
with
is-
Jamal Crawford and DeJounte. They grew up together.
In Seattle.
Right. But if he
Seattle was a
play,
whole
if he
different
gonna
side of the
play with
country than
DeJounte,
Texas.
You said that's home.
Seattle,
I get
Texas.
what he's saying. No, I know. No, I know.
It's Seattle.
No, I mean, well, but what I'm
It's just
saying
somebody he
is
grew up with,
DeJounte,
somebody that he mentored on the way up.
yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
that feel like he comfortable there. Like he comfortable.
But even with that, right? Okay, we go into next season. Unfortunately, Zach LaVine isn't a part of this team. If that is the case, we didn't have Zach LaVine 100% a part of this team this season. We still got to the 6th seed. Was it great? Did it finish out? No. And because you built your team around these guys, but if injury concerns are what are concerning you right now on paying Zach the $210, then that's basically what you had here. You know what I'm saying? So like,
I mean,
I'm not tripping.
I would offer him the 210. I would just give him
I'm
a
Joel
Joel
Embiid
Embiid contract.
I'm Joel Embiid it. Hey, if
Give
you
him a
can't
Joel
stay
Embiid
healthy,
contract.
these stipulations are on there. We're gonna give you the 210, but if you can't stay healthy this percentage of games in the season, you got to get some of that back.
What's Dame doing? What's Bradley Beal doing?
Dame's a trade. If Zach's not there, you ain't got nothing to trade.
Dame is
And again,
we've seen this work.
Why y'all still bringing up AD?
We've seen this play out so much.
I love that the chat out of one side is just like, oh my God, I can't believe Zach LaVine has another knee injury. Why would we sign him? And then on the other side, they're like, let's go get AD. Like, what the?
So go get somebody else who can't stay healthy. Pass on that one. I'll tell you this right now. We done seen this work play out so many times over the last one. And anytime you see a player saying with some uncertainty of that, they just leave that open playing with the options. I think it's like they did a study on this. It's a 30% chance that player resigns with the team that they're currently on. It's a 70% chance that they sign somewhere else.
Very different caliber of players, though.
Hey,
the players we talking about are the ADs, the LeBrons, the Kyries, you know what I'm saying? And not to discredit anything Zach LaVine is, but you ain't healthy enough to have that level of cachet. Kyrie really ain't healthy enough to have that level of cachet, but anytime Kyrie touches a basketball, magic happens.
Hey, listen, he getting 250.
You know what I'm saying?
254. I would sign and trade him immediately.
Who?
No,
Kyrie.
They're gonna.
Well, I would never pay Kyrie
to
a long-term
stipulations like Joel.
I would sign him and trade him for Bradley Beal.
I 210% agree with Stephen A. Smith on that. I would pay Kyrie Irving $50 million a year every year. We would be having contract negotiations every season, though. Hey. Every single season. I would be like, listen, Kyrie, you want another 50 mil? You got it, brother. This stipulation is if you play 70% of the games, you get it. Not injury based. Just like if you dip.
Kyrie's gonna get the bag. They're gonna work it out. And I'm not even worried about Kyrie. Like Stephen A goes on his rant and whatever. Like at the end of the day, Kyrie's gonna sign another extension. He's gonna still put it on the New York Knicks. Shut up and have fun. Like shut up and have fun.
I agree with him.
I get it.
You had so many players on that team that aren't bought into that team.
Yeah.
That's how you got there. like Muzz, like how could the Nets get eliminated in the first round? Because literally the only players that had bought into this team, Kevin Durant, who was hurt a good chunk of the season, Seth Curry when he got traded over here, and Claxton and Brown. Everybody else was like, yeah, I got an apartment in this mug. I'm paying way too much in rent right now.
Kyrie is going to be on somebody's roster, giving somebody hell, and I'm not worried about
he's
where he
goes. On somebody's. He's going to be in the NBA. There's no doubt about it. Kyrie legitimately. Listen, there's Muzz. I never forget. Somebody said I unfollowed you because you kept saying Kyrie was a top 5 player in the NBA. When Kyrie is healthy, Kyrie is one of the best basketball players in the NBA. It's not even a question. But Kyrie ain't had a lot of seasons healthy. The
I
last couple of
unfollowed you
seasons,
because of someone else's opinion. Dude, get a life.
hey, he
Hey,
was
listen, I'll be honest with you. If
He
a
was
lot of
funny.
people have that opinion, don't follow us. Don't listen to this. Sincerely. Because we're not going to
Hey.
agree with everything you say. And me and Pat don't agree. Me and Steph don't agree. We don't really care. That's what makes it a sports talk show.
Yeah.
Differences of opinion. If you can't handle a difference of opinion, unfollow. Really, sincerely. Sincerely, you need professional help and you need to go get that sorted out. If someone else's opinion about something that you don't even participate in,
Hey, man, welcome to 2022.
like you're not even a freaking basketball player, you're not in the contract rooms with these players, but it bothers you so much. Go get a life, dog.
Hey, man,
Go be
welcome to
with your family.
2022.
Log off.
I mean, listen, look, AK's comments and his you know what? We got hold on, let me see. How long is that?
He has a report on it, doesn't it?
That's
Like
16.
he's giving an interview.
He's giving an interview. I'm trying to see how long it is. That's a 30-minute interview. We ain't gonna get into all that. So
Oh,
we'll
good
touch
Lord.
on some of the comments and stuff like that. Here's the biggest thing, right? AK says he hopes for continuity because we were competing against teams that have been together 3 to 5 years. Results come when you keep the same group longer. That doesn't sound like he's trying to get rid of Zach LaVine. We'll figure out what additions we need, shooting, defense, size, athleticism. We'll sit down and figure it out. That doesn't sound like AK is coming into this trying to get rid of Zach LaVine. Now, whether Clutch Sports orchestrates something where you want to you got to give him 210 or we're not re-signing here and we're in his ear and this is what it's going to be and we're going to get him with LeBron and blah, 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 whatever Clutch Sports BS is going to be. Which, by the way, the whole he built up this business and got to that, good job, but LeBron's your best friend. I would hope you can build up a business with LeBron James next year. I'm glad that he sent you to school so that you understood how to build up a business. That doesn't mean I have to agree with how you do business. That doesn't mean I have to support how you do business just because you're black. I rock with black business. I love black business. Half the stuff in this studio is from black businesses. But if you do bad business, guess what? I don't rock with you. And based on what he's done to the black players in the NBA, he does bad business. Yeah, he's gotten his stars paid.
Just a lot of people. Well,
Nerlens
it's not a lot.
Noel, absolutely.
It's a handful of people who have some interesting opinions.
Hey, he got Ben Simmons paid.
Nerlens Noel absolutely missed out on the bag.
Oh yeah, that Nerlens Noel thing was wild.
You got your big names paid, bro. Like I'm fine with
same thing
I
with
don't subscribe to the thinking of just because it's black business, I gotta support it. I subscribe to the thinking of if you do good business, I'm willing to support it. And guess what? If you do good business and you're a black business owner, I'm probably more willing to support it. But just because you black and do business don't mean I gotta, you know what I'm saying? And granted, like Rich Paul's probably like, I don't do business with you 100%, but I don't like the way he does business. And for me, right, he does business by orchestrating things to funnel people to LeBron.
Now, here's the thing. That's what we know as of now. That's what the facts seem to be, what the lawsuits are, stuff like that. My opinion or our opinion could completely change should more come to light. But based off what we all know, it don't look kosher.
Yeah.
So that's where we stand. Yeah. Because I never want to burn a bridge before we even get there, because I do expect us to be in the rim of those individuals within the next 5 years. I really do. I'm putting that out there.
Whole time we're going to meet him and figure out his business plan and be like, God dang, this man's a genius.
Yeah, I mean,
he's gonna sit down and explain a bit, right? Like it's levels to it, right? We're looking up at it and it looks bad, and then you actually talk with him and he's like, no, this is the business plan. It's like,
dang, that's actually pretty good. Dang.
So I want to leave. I always want to leave the door open because we have not personally met these individuals.
Yeah.
But from the way it looks and the way it's being like, there's an extreme side to this, and they just seem to always fall on that extreme. So it don't look good.
Yeah.
That's all. We'll move on from that.
I think this is the biggest thing, right? Like, I even what Zach says here. Zach says, I understand the relationship I've had with AK in the last 5 years here. I hope the city understands how much I care about the Bulls. I'm going into everything open-minded, but knowing how much I've enjoyed my time here. That's a very different statement than how it was tweeted out by some of the other guys on Twitter saying, I've enjoyed my time here. Saying I'm going into everything open-minded, but knowing how much I've enjoyed my time here means I'm willing to listen to other offers, but I know exactly what I have here, and I've had fun here. That doesn't
I hope
sound
he's
like
here for a long time. AK on Zach LaVine.
I mean, yeah, I don't see Zach LaVine, right? Like if you're going into this situation, right, you have to be open-minded. This is Zach's first free agency.
Oh yeah, no,
He's never had a free agency.
Let's believe. I would expect him to at least take every single meeting.
Yeah.
Like he's going to take every single meeting.
Or he's saying I'm going into this open-minded, but 210 closes the mind. But even so, right, it's still on Zach LaVine to make the final decision. And if he wants to be, right now he has the chance to be the face of a franchise, or he could leave and be the 2 or 3. No matter what we say, right, like we still view Zach LaVine as the face of this franchise. We still think that
that's something I have to disagree with. I don't know if he's the face of the franchise.
You don't think that the only chance we got to get in the championship is if Zach becomes the dude we all think he is?
Well, I mean, if he becomes the dude, yeah, I mean, yes, but at the same time, this season he was a number 2.
This season, Zach was definitely number 2.
Who was the face of the Golden State Warriors when Kevin Durant was on? Steph Curry was their number 2. Zach LaVine was also the number 2 because of injury. Being the number 2 and being the face are two different things. Like it's different if you're being the number 2 and there's a player right now that can do more than I can.
You compared a champion to
because
you compared a totally different scenario. Like he was a face of that team because they drafted him, they won, and then they added Kevin Durant, who was a better player. But where everyone knew Golden State was always what's the thing? That didn't happen here for Zach.
Which they might run it back too, by the way.
Yeah, they might run it back.
They might run it back.
that didn't happen here for Zach at all. Zach was never considered the best in the league. Zach was barely considered or revered as one of the best shooting guards in the league by most media outlets. I mean,
just
he didn't do anything before we got a coaching adjustment, realistically. I'm not saying that that's true because we saw what he was dealing with, but like it's a totally different scenario.
Yeah.
It would be different if it was like D Rose, right? And he's still performing high level when he's on the Bulls, and then all of a sudden the AK comes in and stuff like that. Then it's like no matter what, this is still D Rose's team.
Yeah.
But that was still pretty much up for grabs under this new management.
I just look at it right, like now knowing what we know, why did DeMar become the number 1 on this team? At the beginning, they were absolutely a tandem. It was both of them. It was Zach, it was DeMar. Zach was cooking 1 through 3. DeMar was king of the 4th. When Zach LaVine couldn't go the same way, when he couldn't play at the same level, DeMar takes more of the mantle. All of a sudden, we're talking about, oh, he's the number 1. He's the best player. Zach LaVine's taking a backseat role. Zach LaVine's a beta. No, Zach LaVine is playing at 50% and giving his all to Chicago. And it seems to me, based on what I hear, that both sides want to come to an agreement. AK says he wants Zach here. He says he wants continuity. You don't have continuity if Zach LaVine's not a part of this team. And like I said, like Zach LaVine, like how
it would be no different than adding a new piece by trading him or not having him.
I looked at it differently.
I mean, you didn't have him though. You realistically didn't have Zach for a good chunk of this season. You didn't have the Zach that we thought we were going to have.
He played most of the season. So we had Zach.
At 50%, though.
That doesn't matter.
That does matter.
What I mean by it doesn't matter is, did we get the outcome we wanted? No, but he was here. And if we got to make changes to the team anyway.
But when were the nights when we killed Zach, right? The nights when he's putting up 16 points. The nights when he's putting up 18 points, but he's doing it on 6 shots, right? Like he has a quarter. And you can tell visibly as we're watching him, like Zach's not healthy. Why isn't Zach LaVine going to the bucket? We saw half a season where Zach LaVine really didn't drive. He was just shooting. Second half of the season, he was really just shooting the ball. The games where he was feeling better and he was able to attack more, he drove more. But we came at Zach LaVine heavy, right? When it was, hey, why aren't you doing more because DeMar is doing more? I don't begrudge him for being hurt, and I don't begrudge DeMar for having to be the one that steps up. What I do begrudge is that Vooch didn't step up more in the second half of that season while still being consistent. I would have liked him to step up more. What I do begrudge is that, if we're being honest, this bench wasn't, well, not to say the bench wasn't built well enough, but the bench pieces were your starter pieces. Ayo Dosunmu being your starting point guard changes everything.
I agree that it's an interesting situation because he's only.
I think you muted yourself, my boy, or unplugged yourself, one or the other. Yeah, give it a sec. Oh, and now you're back. Oh, nope, no, got to find the hole. Wow, really struggling. 2 kids, huh? Still fine. Can't hear you. Oh, that's funny. But no, man, really has to get in there. Y'all can't see it now, but really getting in there.
Nah, it's just crazy.
I mean, we can always do another Blue Chew. Got it really spring, you know. I'll say this though, sincerely.
Sensational.
He has to have knee surgery during a contract year where he may not be available.
It's tough.
And we absolutely saw another 2-guard come in and steal a lot of momentum from him. I can't sit here and say, like, AK wants continuity. You know how you get continuity? By keeping the rest of the team and adding some people. It's one player. Like, it's not we want Zach for continuity. We want a team of people who've played together for multiple years for continuity. He says, I want to keep him here, but he's open to dealing or doing whatever. That's what he has to do. He's not emotionally attached to it.
Done it before.
He's a very nice to have player, but he's not a must-have player when you have DeMar and the rest of this team coming back. We didn't see what this team looked like because Lonzo wasn't really there. We didn't see P. Will most of the season, stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of other ways you can go with it. I'm not saying he should. I want Zach here. I want Zach in the Bulls jersey. But I'm okay with accepting the fact that he may not be.
At a minimum, right? We just want Zach to make the decision on it. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I want AK to offer him a fair contract based on everything. Like, if you offer him 200, if you offer him 190, like, I feel like if you offer him 200 and you're not gonna give him 210, that's stupid. It's two extra million a year. But if you go into this and offer him 190, that tells you kind of where they think Zach LaVine's knee is, how they think he'll be able to come back as his second knee injury, third knee injury.
Can we stop the Zion talk though? Like, for one, I don't want Zion in a Bulls jersey.
Hey,
if I just want to go see somebody dunk, I go on YouTube and watch some of these random people in the dunk contest because I don't care to see Zion in a Bulls jersey.
Look, if you worried about knee injuries, you ain't got to pay him that. Hey, he ain't making that much money.
I'm gonna say this though. Like, I feel like Zach. It's kind of hard to say you're gonna be open minded, but you also not gonna be in a room when we talking about clutch sports.
Nah, there's a lot of people that let their agent handle it.
But dog, it is
man. Do you think? Hold on. Contract
negotiations
are literally the agent picking up the phone and saying.
I mean, I'm just saying it's clutch sports.
Contract negotiations are literally the agent picking up the phone and saying, "Zach, we got this deal, this deal, this deal. Which one you like?" Yeah, it's not like Zach is sitting there in the room with AK, and it's not like the 2K you dig. Where like if it gets to that point where like everybody's in the room, it probably means we're at the point where like this is the last step. If you don't take this contract, we're not re-signing.
Hey, listen,
I'm very cool with Zach not being in the room. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get you 3 destinations.
I'm very cool with Rich Paul just picking up the phone and being like, Zach, the Bulls want to give you 210. Do it, bet, click. Hey, we're gonna do it. Like that part.
How about this? How about we get our weight up? Because him doing that, 30 minutes of work, 5 to 10%.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let me
do the math.
I got to get our weight up in this one. No, but hey, listen, it's gonna be interesting to see. We'll probably have a video dropping with some just some more detailed breakdown after hearing what the entire interview and stuff like that. So stay tuned with us on that. Also, we will be live tonight for our own draft show, as the Bears will be on the board as well. Bear Don, we're gonna get it fixed tonight. Let's go watch all the things we said are wrong. Pace trades 48 and 39, moves to the back of the draft, finds like 12 superstars at the end of the draft. I don't know, but
hey, I'm not gonna just ride with him just because he's better than Pace.
That would be deflating. I ain't gonna lie to you. That would be deflating.
He better get. You better go get a receiver. Hey, Pose, you better go get a receiver. Your name is RP. You Ryan Pace.
If you don't, we ain't mad at Nicole.
We out of here though. Hey, we'll see y'all tonight though.
Hey,
we need a receiver.
We'll be back. We'll be back in this mug tonight, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer, joined by the pettiest man alive, Mr. P Kid, and of course, the man formerly known as Ringo J, Mr. Stefan Nadine, who continues to bow after every single live because he saw D Wade do it at this NBA Top 75. Hey, man, y'all stay safe out there, man.